competition is high for English-speaking jobs, first. We'll talk about that in this video. Second, learning German is going to make your life so much easier.
Willkommen zurück auf unserem YouTube-Kanal. Mein Name ist Tammo vom Find a Job in Germany. Ich bin hier heute mit Jörg. Jörg, geht's dir gut?
Ja, super, Tammo. Grüß dich.
Do you need to speak German to land a job in Germany? What do you say, Jörg?
No, in principle not, but, and we keep on saying this, and you can keep on quoting us for that, competition is high for English-speaking jobs, first. We'll talk about that in this video. Second, learning German is going to make your life so much easier, at least once you get here, and we're also going to talk about that today.
Yeah, so we get that question so many times. I can see only job descriptions are in German. I have German A2. Does it help me to land a job? And so on and so forth. So first and foremost, yes, of course, many job descriptions are in German. That also depends on your tech stack. We're going to come to that later at this video. But you will find there's also a good lot of English-speaking positions. And the first thing which you should be doing is not starting German. If you're still in your home country, learn German on an H1 or A2 level. You can do that if you like. If you like learning German languages, you can do that. But the first thing you need to do, check if your tech stack is in demand in Germany. So do your research. Yeah.
That's the most important thing, besides, of course, preparing for language skills and the culture. Is your tech stack in demand? Where do you fit in? Because one does not make sense without the other. So let's talk about the German different language levels that you all know, A1, A2, the European reference framework. There is a direct correlation between you rising up in the ranks from A1 to C1 or C2 and your chances of landing a role in a company that is hiring for German speakers based on the German job description.
Exactly.
And in between, somewhere, you can totally go for English-speaking roles anyway. You can do that. But again, you need to stand out for that. You need to be super good and, of course, beat your competition. That's what we keep on saying. That's what we've kept on saying over all these years. But it's possible. I mean, that's what we do. Our coaching program is focused on that. We hardly ever work with people that know German. A few exceptions, really. All the other people are English-speaking folks.
So if you are able to speak German on a good B1 or at least a B2 level,
it really helps.
You can do an interview in German. You have a German CV. Then it makes sense to apply to German speaking position, and then German actually helps you in the job hunt. Before that, focus on English speaking roles and apply to that. Don't focus too much on German. Learning German, this will waste your time, because for most people it is just not possible also to get to a B2 level while you're still in your home country, because you learn German, you learn a language when you speak it, and that's pretty hard usually for people having a full-time job and their routines and so on. What can we say about tech stacks? So for what tech stacks generally does it make sense to apply to English-speaking positions?
The most frequently required roles we generally still see to be with JavaScript as a language, Java, and we're talking about front-end and back-end or full stack, at least for JavaScript. You're going to see that it's not generally very different from your home country. But please be aware that when we're talking about software development, we're talking about building and deploying, and that means you need to be good at both equally and have experience, not just with microservices on the one hand, but also with putting that up in a pipeline to load that up into the cloud. So it's important you understand Docker, Kubernetes, and all these processes of containers, et cetera, as well.
Yeah. Next to that, also, of course, all the data-related roles are in good demand. Data scientists, data engineering, data analyst, and DevOps roles, obviously, are also working pretty well. On the other side, there are a lot of different other smaller roles which can also work. QA people can work if you're good. I mean, if you work as a product manager, that could also work depending on your experience. What else do we have? Ruby developers, Golang developers. I mean, you spoke about software developers already, .NET developers. That is all in demand. Cybersecurity people, that also works. In the end, please do your own research, see what kind of skills you have, and then check how many jobs are out there in English.
How does it keep fluctuating? Do the numbers come back? Markets always expand and contract. Markets always come and go in waves. So you should want to be tracking that over a period of at least 3, 4, 5, 6 months like we do. And Tamo, I hope you don't mind me saying one final thing. When we're saying that, yes, you can come to Germany with an English-speaking role, there's two things that you need to know. First of all, it's Germany. People speak German. You want to learn German while you're here, also to make your life easier, also to be chatting with your neighbors. But in order to get here with an English-speaking job, your English needs to be perfect. And that is what we often see as people's, let's say, underestimation or, let's say, wrong understanding that their English skills are sufficient to begin with. And this is also where we are highly selective. We just have to be, because it makes no sense to promise people things that are not going to, turn into reality. And for that, make sure that you also do your homework and practice speaking English.
English, yeah. If you're watching and you want to find a job in Germany, book a get-to-know call with us. We're going to assess your profile, and then we're going to help you step by step to land a job in Germany. No matter if you speak some German already or if you don't, we're going to be helping you. See you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.